The Aeldari are one of the oldest races in the galaxy. They're masters of psychic might and the webway, but now they face a new powerful force, the Tau Empire. It's Titan versus Titan, speed versus speed, big gun versus big gun. Welcome everyone as Papa Bear Studios presents Tau versus Aeldari. We have an awesome matchup today as Papa Bear, fielding the greater good forces of the Tau, take on Mike and all of his Eldar shenanigans.
We're going to see the real Titan of the battlefield is the Wraithknight, not the Surge, for sure.
Tau are about to show you why the Stormsurge is the best Titan unit in the game.
Our combatants today are playing Take and Hold, where you score 5 VP for each objective marker you control, up to 15 per turn. Prepared Positions, where the battle line units for the armies get a free go to ground or heroic intervention stratagems for 0 CP, and the classic deployment Hammer and Anvil. And a big shout out to our sponsor Dragonfall, the charity gaming convention. Make sure you check them out, link to the description below.
Hello everyone, I am running the Tau and they will be in the Retaliation detachment. And with this list, I call the suits and Surge because it's nothing but battle suits and the Stormsurge himself. And to start, we have the Rebel himself, Farsight, the only melee unit in a battle suit. Farsight is such a great character. He gives a +1 to wound for any unit that he is leading, and he'll be leading a plasma fire knife unit with the range only being 18 inches, so the range is low, but I want to test this out. Shadow Sun, hero of the Empire, has a reroll 1's aura and is also a versatile piece that I try to take whenever I can. I'll have a missile fire knife unit for some added range to the list. Don't leave home without your stealth suits. I have 2 units and their primary function is going to be to guide and do actions. I have a Enforcer Commander leading a plasma knife unit. And I have a Cold Star Commander leading a Star Scythe unit, and I have another Star Scythe unit on its own. They're all with flamers, and I want these guys to kind of go around the board and be a good overall Overwatch threat throughout the board. I have 2 Riptides who are very tough to shift. They can be a bit of a nuisance. Hopefully they can bully the board a little bit and can hold a point for me. So that's the plan with them. Finally, I have the Stormsurge, my favorite piece in the Tau range. I was hoping that, with the new data slate, they'd actually give him something, but they didn't. But I brought the Surge because it is my favorite piece for the Tau. So I'm going to see what he does today. He's got a ton of guns. He is a big target. He is a Titan model. So I'll see whose Titan is going to reign supreme. And there are no enhancements in this list, and that is 1990 points of the greater good.
Hi everybody, I'm running Aeldari tonight, the Battle Host detachment, led by Fugan as my Warlord. So my Warlord is Fugan. He's going to be leading the unit of Fire Dragons, which will be in a Falcon for maneuverability. The Farseer is in the unit of Guardian Defenders, basically, so he can't get picked out and assassinated too easily. The Spirit Seer is running with the Wraith Guard, and he's the secret of the army from the perspective of bringing guys back as well as increasing the hit to lethal hits and devastating wounds. Rounding out the list, then, I have the Crimson Hunter from anti-flyer perspective. I have some Shadow Specters who will be a deep strike threat for me, depending on my missions. And Wind Riders, I've got 2 Wraith Lords and the Wraithknight fully kitted out. I've given him the Wraith Cannon, the Heavy Wraith Cannon, and the Scatter Shield, as well as some other heavy weapons. Total number of points is 1990 as well. All right, let's get to the battlefield.
All right, everyone, this is our battlefield for today. Military installation here, and then the ruined city on this side. The terrain, as you see, is normal, nothing special. Beast and infantry can walk through all the buildings. If you so choose, you could get on top of these type of things if you'd like. And we are going to go into our attacker defender role. And Mike, do you have a preference for attacker defender?
No.
Right. Let's see what we got.
The first of many ones for me.
So I will defend, and we will be back with our deployment. Well, after we deployed. We are back after we have deployed, and we're going to start with Mike and the Aeldari. So tell us why you put your guys where you put them.
So my unit of Guardians here has a trek where it's basically farming CP. So I want to have them on the unit for most of the game when I can. So that'll give me extra CP, and then in tandem with the Farseer, he can actually manipulate fate dice as well within 12 inches. So it turns into a CP mechanic as well as fate die, extra fate dice for me. I know that Tau shooting is impressive, so I'm just trying to survive in case I lose the first turn. So my guys are hiding, but I'm trying to get some kind of a pincer attack to threaten both flanks here with my Wraith Lord and my Wraith Guard over there on that flank with Fugan, and the Fire Dragons are in the Falcon.
Okay.
So that's the basic idea, and then the Wind Riders are going to be back here because I know there's going to be some shenanigans that he's going to try to put in my backfield. When they do that, these guys will take care of them.
All right, and for me, I do have 3 units in reserve. So I've got Farsight, the Enforcer, and the Coalstar unit in reserve here. So what's on the table for me, I've got my 2 Fire Knife units. Nope, they're my Star Scythe units. 2 Star Scythe Flamer units there. I've got my Missile Fire Knives here because they have 30-inch range, so they don't need to be far up. The Star Scythes are here because Flamers, you need to get in close, so I want to get as close to the line as possible. If I do get shot around, I should have some cover there. I've got my 2 Riptides and Shadow Sun in the middle. Shadow Sun's got the reroll 1s aura, so they're going to be working kind of in a tandem. I'm going to run my Riptides up to try to get this objective. We'll see if that works. I've got the stealth suits here just to hold the back objective. I've got another stealth suit unit here to help out the Stormsurge, who I kind of put up in front a little bit just to kind of see. And typically you put him far back because he's a tiny tower, so he can see everything. But I kind of wanted to run him up and see what happens. So the objective is here. I'm going to try to get this objective with the Stormsurge and see what happens. That's why we play the game. So that is both of our deployments. So Mike, are you ready for the first turn roll?
Forgot to mention I do have some stuff off table as well. So my Crimson Hunter is a flyer. He's going to come in. And then my Shadow Specters are also in reserve.
All right. So now we have the first turn roll.
First turn for me is definitely defensive. I probably would default to going second. It's my preference usually, just to feel it out, because I have a lot fewer models than my opponents by default, especially tonight.
I don't really mind going first or second. I tower pretty fast. The range is okay. The durability is also pretty good. So first or second doesn't bother me this turn. Another one. So it looks like Tau will be going first, and we'll be back after I make my first turn moves. All right, this is Tau turn 1. I pulled Assassination and Marked for Death. So Mike, what are your Marked for Death units?
We'll go with the 2 Wraith Lords and the Wraithknight.
and the Wraithknight. So, and I did all my moving. As you can see, you can only move so far. Eldar is hidden very well. I have no targets to anything. I cannot get marked for death. I cannot get assassinate. So Tau, as far as their turn is concerned, is pretty much a bust. I was able to get the Riptide up to toe in to this front of this middle objective here. So I was able to do that. Everything moved up as far as it could move, as you can see there. The stealth suits stay where they're at, and the missiles stayed where they're at because they have a 30 some odd inch range. And that was it. That is it for Tau. So we're going to go to Eldar turn 1, and Eldar going to have to pop out here and give me some targets. So we'll come back with Eldar turn 1. All right, we are back with Eldar turn 1. So Mike, tell us about your missions and what's happening here.
Okay, so I'm trying to advance up this flank. Obviously, Eldar are quick, but the Wraith constructs aren't. So I'm going to try to threaten this objective next turn. The Wraithknight has moved over into the deployment zone there to kind of protect the. I know all about the deep striking suits that I'm trying to protect myself against. And unfortunately, I drew established locus and sabotage, so I can't really do those objectives from a secondary perspective for my first turn.
Yeah, both of us drew objectives that neither one of us could really do the first turn. So it is all even so far as secondary objective goes. And so with that, does Eldar have any targets?
Yes, we're going to start shooting these suits with a bunch of stuff. So we'll start with the Wraith Guard. Wraith Lord will shoot them, Falcon, and then the Wraithknight will target the Stormsurge for sure. And if that Wraith Lord can shoot him as well. But that will probably round it up.
Okay, we will return with Eldar shooting phase.
So we'll start from the Wraith Lord. He's going to be shooting the Star Cannon to start at these suits.
The Star Scythe suits.
So Ballistic Skill 4, 2 shots, hitting with 1. I can re-roll 1 per unit, but I'm going to save that. So it's Strength 8.
T5.
T5, so that will wound. And that's a -3.
So I need a what cover? So I need a 5. Let's go through.
2 damage.
All right, suit takes 2.
Then he'll shoot the Bright Lance, also weapon skill, ballistic skill 4. That also hits, strength 12.
Oh, 2 to wound.
Yep, 2 is wound, -3.
It's 3. I need a 5, and suit dies. No, wait. How much damage is that?
D6 plus 2.
Ooh.
So 4.
Yes, that suit falls.
Okay.
1 suit down.
Okay, then we have the Shuriken Catapult, which doesn't have range, and I think he is done. So,
Okay.
So we'll go to the Wraith Guard now.
The Wraith Guard are these guys. They also will be shooting into the Flamer suits.
Yes. So they have the Wraith Cannons. So I've got 5 of them. They're normally ballistic skill 4. However, with the Spirit Seer, they're ballistic skill 3. These are lethal hits, devastating wounds.
Okay.
So I've got
That
one
is lethal, yeah.
1 lethal, and then I will be using my my racial ability to re-roll this to hit, and I also get one of those to wound. So basically everything hit.
Yep.
Strength 14.
2's the wound.
So all
They all
wounds,
wound.
and with the lethal hit. So that's 5 saves at -4, Chris.
Okay, so I need 6s to save this one. Yeah. So 4 go through.
4 go through. Here's D6 damage each.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that is the squad.
Okay.
That was a Wraith Guard?
That was the Wraith Guard.
Okay, don't want to be shot by them again. That was not great. So my whole Flamer suit unit is they're cooked. They're done. All right, what we got next? Okay, so we have the Wraithknight, who's going to be shooting at
The Surge, yeah.
the Stormsurge, the greatest towering unit. Don't tell Eldar. Surge will survive. Do your worst, sir.
Okay,
Let's
we'll
take this
we'll start with the star cannons. So 2 star cannons hitting on 3s. Okay, both hit. Strength 8, toughness
T11.
T11.
Fives.
5s. Got one of them. That is -3, sir.
3, 4. I need a 4. I didn't get it.
Okay, 2 damage.
Okay. Doing good. Surge is surging.
The big one here. So a D3 for number of shots. Big money. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Big 3.
Big 3. Now these are hitting on 3s. Still have my re-rolls. Gonna re-roll this guy.
Yep.
Okay, so 3 hits, strength 20.
Oh, 3s.
3s, these are devastating wounds. Actually, yeah. Okay, I got
You
one.
would get one.
One dev, and I still have my wound
I need
re-roll.
1. Okay.
So all wound, but 1 dev.
All right. So I'm rolling
Minus
for 2.
-4.
-4. So that does give me. I'm into my invulnerable save.
Yep.
A couple 4s, please. All right. So because of the dev wound, 2 of those go through.
Okay, Chris, here it is. 4d6 total.
4d6.
4d6.
Oh, hold on. Let me. I will
Two
CP.
go through.
I'll CP reroll one of these.
Sure.
I need a 4. Oh,
Yep.
worth it. Worth it. Okay.
Okay, here we
so
go.
1 goes through.
1 goes through. I already manipulated the die for the smaller suit, so we're sticking with it. So total of 9.
Oh my god. Okay. That was off 1 gun.
Yes.
Wow. That's okay though, because Stormsurge has 9 left.
But he's alive.
He's alive.
And that's all I have for my shooting.
Okay.
I'm sorry, the Wraith Lord is going to shoot. He already shot that. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the end of my shooting.
So Tal has survived the Aeldar shooting phase. So the Riptide went down to 7. I did lose an entire Flamer suit unit, and Stormsurge has been whittled down to 9. He had 20, down to 9. But the Tau will respond. We'll be back with Tau turn 2. So we are back with Tau turn 2. And what I did was kind of moved everybody up a little bit. The missile suits came out. I did bring in from Deep Strike my Cold Star flame suit. Now, in the movement phase, I was overwatched by the Wraithguard here, and they did take out one of my Flamer suits, one of my Starsight suits, but I only lost 1. So I have these guys here all around this objective looking to target this Wraithguard unit. We'll see how that goes. I move Riptides. They're both on the center objective next to Shadow Sun. The stealth suits moved up, and the Stormsurge is now on this objective here, looking to get some revenge on the Wraithknight. And that was it. I still have Farsight and my Enforcer unit in reserve. My missions, I pulled Extend Battle Lines, and I pulled No Prisoners. So for this turn, both things that are actually doable for me. I'll most likely get Extend Battle Lines. I will get Extend Battle Lines for sure. No Prisoners, we'll see what I can whittle down here in my shooting phase, and I'll be back with Tau shooting phase. All right, we are at the Tau shooting phase. My first order of business is to put a dent into the Wraith Guard. Now, off camera, Wraith Guard have what ability, Mike?
It's a phantasm ability, so they're able, because they are technically infantry, so I moved them up an additional 2 inches.
Okay, so Wraith Guard moved up 2 inches, closer to my Flamers, and I am going to see if my Star Scythe with the Cold Star can do anything against the Wraith Guard. That is 10d6 flame attacks, so let's see how many attacks we get. Okay. All right, so that was a 42, and this is why people hate Tau. I'm about to roll 42 dice for my flame attack, and they auto hit, so I need 5s to wound. Here we go. And and I dropped a few dice. So out of 42 dice, 15 hits at -1 AP. Saving on 3s, so they should be fine.
One dead one and one wound.
All right, so took out one, but the Wraith Guard can attack you once they're shot. So
Correct, which they're going to do now.
yep. So we'll see how many of my flame suits actually survive this next attack. So update, I lost with the Wraith Guard shooting. I lost my entire Star Scythe unit, and only the Cold Star remains, just on the retaliation of the Wraith Guard shooting. Now I did Torch Star Gambit to get on that objective, and the reason there's no Wraith Guard there now is because it took 2 Riptides, but the 2 Riptides literally fired everything and got rid of the Wraith Guard. So Wraith Guard is gone, but it took 4 units, including 2 of my better ones, to actually get rid of them. Now we are going to go to the Titan battle between Surge and the Wraithknight. Try to get some revenge for taking them all the way down to 9 wounds. These stealth suits are going to guide for the Stormsurge, who is going to fire the big guns into the Wraithknight. And he'll fire his smart missile systems into these guys back here because he doesn't need line of sight to do it. So here we go. First, we're going to do the pulse driver cannon. That is D6 plus 3 shots. So that is 7 shots there. That is 7 shots. Now, I'm hitting on 3. Stormsurge is a Titan killer, so each time I make a ranged attack, I can re-roll the hit roll. And I'm guided, so that's why I'm hitting on 3s, and I can re-roll hits because I am the Surge. Tough 12, so I am wounding on 4s here.
So I've got a 4-up invulnerable because he has the scatter shield. So saved all but 1.
Okay. And that is... well, only 2 went through.
Okay, so
Yeah, so you're good.
He's down to 16.
No, only 2 went through, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
You rolled 4 dice. Yeah,
Oh.
only 2 went through.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's good so far. That's just 1 gun. Surge has mini guns. Next, I'm gonna do the destroyer missile. That's a hit. Wounding on 3. That is a wound. You're invulnerable. Save.
Okay. No.
That is D6 plus 2 damage for 7 damage.
Okay. So he's down to 11.
All right, so the standoff continues. Stormsurge down to 9. The Wraithknight is down to 12. Will the Stormsurge survive another round of shooting from the Wraithknight?
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, it really wasn't. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't that bad. Now I will get extend battle lines because right now I am holding down 3 objectives. That will change in the next round, but I do score extend battle lines for right now. I'm not going to charge anything because I am Tau. So we will go to Aeldari. Turn 2. We are back with Aeldari turn 2. The reinforcements have arrived for the Aeldari, and the Tau looks to be in trouble. Mike, what have you done to me?
So the first thing is I have some units moving from reserve. So these guys deep strike down, as well as my Crimson Hunter came in on the board. I moved up, and then I dropped off my payload of Fugan and the Fire Warriors here in the middle. So that's going to be a fun fight. And the Vulcan can actually deliver supporting fire that will help them when they shoot as well. So trying to get some charges off here. It's tough. I've got extend battle lines and recover assets, so maybe I can get extend battle lines.
All right, and I am totally surrounded by Eldar right now. I do have a couple of my own units in reserve, but right now, is everything on the table for you?
Everything's on the table for me.
So, the Eldar Empire, everything is on the. I don't even know if they are Empire, but all the Eldar are on the table. So the flyers in. We get to see. We'll get to see what that does. We'll get to see what all these things do, and we'll be back with some Eldar shooting and see if I can actually survive some of this. We'll be back with Eldar shooting. Eldar shooting phase has begun, and I have taken some losses. I lost a Riptide to these guys here. What are these guys called?
The Falcon.
No, I lost it to the Falcon.
Falcon and shooting from the Crimson. Yep.
So I lost the Riptide. He did not explode, and now the Wraithguard whiffed, and my suits over here are holding strong. So nothing from the Wraithguard there, but sadly, the Wraith Lord here
Yes.
put 8 damage onto my poor Stormsurge.
Yes, with the Bright Lance.
So the Surge has 1 point of damage remaining. I did lose 2 stealth suits here, and now the Wraithknight is going to try to finish off the Surge.
And we're going to try to embarrass him with shooting everything small first. So the Shuriken Cannon hitting on 3s, sustained hits 1. So nothing. So 1 hit, strength 6. Need a 6. Nope. Okay, Star Cannons hitting on 3s. Hits with 1. Yeah, I got to save my reroll.
Yep.
And that is strength 8.
So 5.
Need a 5. Yes.
Okay.
5 minus 3.
Minus 3.
Yes.
So that puts me into my vulnerable save.
Yes, 2 damage.
So obviously I'm going to re-roll this. Spin a CP. I need a 4. All right.
Okay.
5 for now.
The big gun, the D3 Wraith Cannon.
Oh, that's a good start.
Okay. Hitting on 3s. I still have my rerolls.
That's a good start.
I still have my rerolls. Yes. Strength. Actually, sorry. I will use my fate die to automatically wound.
Automatically wound.
And
okay,
it is. I can change it with my Farseer's ability to. I can actually manipulate the die. Let me get my verbiage right here to explain it to the crowd here.
Okay.
So basically, within 12 inches of the Farseer, which he is, he has an ability that lets me take the branching fates. So I can take one of my poor dice, like a 1, change it to a 6, so that turns into a devastating wound for him.
Oh, it's a dev wound?
Yeah, it turns it into
oh
a dev wound.
my god.
And so he is going to take 9 points of damage.
So, looks like the Surge has fallen. The Wraithknight does reign supreme so far, but does the Surge explode in a furious rage?
He does.
He does, actually. Surge is upset. He explodes. That is D6 plus 2 against the Wraith Lord.
Yep.
So let's see. Oh, 7 damage to the Wraith Lord.
Yep. He's still around
Surge
with 3.
is angry.
He's still around with
He's
3.
an angry boy, but he falls. Wraithknight is, turns out, is a pretty good unit, the old Wraithknight. One day, the Stormsurge will be worth taking. As much as I love it, today was not that day. Yeah, the Riptide is going to try to survive a bunch of melted shots here. And he's got 9 wounds left. And we'll see how this goes. Melta 3. So all that, yeah, Riptide is done. But, like the Stormsurge, does he die in a furious blaze of glory? Actually, you know what? I'm going to burn 2 CP. I'm going to use... fail-safe detonator to auto-explode the Riptide. Oof. So, Riptide is gone.
And I'm going to use
of Melta.
2 CP to do my my fire and fade. So I get a normal move. So I will take the objective.
Yep. And these guys will move on to the middle objective. And that should satisfy the extend battle line. This unit here would take a d6, which I'm going to roll now, and they take they take 6 damage. So, Furious Blaze, like the Stormsurge, the Riptide explodes for 6 damage onto these guys right here. And they're still in the objective, but they do take 6 damage.
So I think it wipes out the unit.
They're 1 wound?
And the Exarch is 2. So yeah, that kills them. If it's 6.
Yeah, so Exarch's alive with 1 left.
Exarch's alive with 1 left.
Wow.
Okay.
So the Riptide with a vengeance. That was a great. That was legit. Okay, so the tower fallen, but they're angry and they're blowing up. They're blowing up big time. Oh, my poor Riptides. I thought pretty defensive, so I thought I'd be good. Thought they'd last a little longer, but good for Aeldari. I mean, the Eldar shooting is tough. What can I say? So that is Aeldar shooting. I have no Stormsurge. I have no Riptides, and Eldar is taking this objective. So Mike will get extend battle lines. No recover assets though, but there is plenty of Eldar left on the table, and we will see how the Tau respond for Tau turn 3. Tau turn 3, and my reinforcements have arrived. The rebellious leader, Farsight, has shown up on the battlefield, and he is going to try to take out this Wraith Lord here. We'll see how that goes. I did pull Sabotage and Extend Battle Lines. So I have to try to kill a unit on an objective, and my Coalstar is going to be sabotaging this ruin, this terrain feature here. So that's why I put him behind the building, so he can be safe. And so I've got Farsight here. I did move my Flamer units to try to take out these guys in the middle. And I pulled up Shadow Sun on this objective. Hopefully I can get rid of this unit, and Shadow Sun will be controlling the middle unit by herself. I moved up the Missile Boys so they can get some shots on this Wraith Lord here. It's tight, but they do have line of sight on this Wraith Lord, so we'll see how that goes. I brought in the Enforcer to also shoot this Wraith Lord if things go poorly. My lone stealth suit is behind crates, and the stealth suits here are still holding my back objective. So all hope is not lost for the Tau. We will see how the shooting phase goes, but I do have my last bit of reinforcements to go with some options. So we'll be back for the Tau shooting phase. Now, right before we get to the shooting phase, Mike, tell us what you did here.
So I used my Phantasm ability for my last CP. I'm forfeiting the objective, but that way Chris doesn't get the victory points for
Overwhelming Force.
So an interesting trade-off. Probably still going to lose the unit, but Fugan can come back, which I'm counting on.
Yeah, so I know I said extend battle lines, but I had Overwhelming Force, and now there's not a single Eldar unit on an objective that I can actually get to. So doing Overwhelming Force is now impossible. So this move here kind of screwed me over. The only thing I can do is sabotage there with the Coalstar, but that's it. So it's a good use of CP to deny me VP. And we'll be back for the Tau shooting phase, which now really doesn't mean as much because I cannot score. Alright, Tau shooting. I was able to get rid of one of the Wraith Guards with the Plasma unit. I did burn 1 CP for Torch Star Gambit, so now they are holding down that objective. I was able to take out this the unit here, but Fugan does fall, but he does come back at the end of the phase. So we have not seen the last of him, but for right now he is down. And now my final target is going to be the Rebel himself, Farsight, into the Wraith Lord there, and we'll see exactly how much damage I can do. 6 plasma guns. And we are going to have the let me show you guys exactly what I'm doing here. They have not shot, so this Star Scythe team is going to guide for Farsight team, who is going to then shoot into the Wraith Lord. Okay, mouthful, but I wanted to explain exactly why I'm hitting at the ballistic skill I am hitting at. The Fire Knife team is hitting on 3s because the Star Scythe team is spotting for them. Here we go. And we are wounding on 5s. No, we're wounding on 4s because Farsight gives an extra wound roll. So wounding on 4s here.
Okay, saving on 5s. 1.
There's 3 damage there. And then Farsight has got 2 shots himself, and he is hitting on 2s. Of course, 1 would miss, and he is wounding on 4s, and that misses as well. So that is it for the Tau. I do not score overwhelming force because Aeldar are full of shenanigans, and I have to wait until Eldar's turn is over to see if I survive and score sabotage with the Cold Star. But we will return with the Eldar's response for Aeldar turn 3. We are back for Aeldar turn 3, and we've already had some shenanigans here. So this character, what's this guy?
Fugan.
So Fugan did return. Now, he returned and he moved the objective. I tried to overwatch with the Star Scythe unit. 15 attacks went into this guy, and he shrugged every single one of them. So Shadow Sun's in trouble here. But besides that, the Aeldar have been on the move. Mike, tell us what you did.
Sure. I have 2 secondaries. Bring it down. So I'm going to try to focus firepower on this unit here. All the suits count for me. And then I have recover assets. So I moved my Wind Riders out of the deployment zone. They're going to recover here.
Yep.
I have those guys in the backfield to recover there. And
guys here we're going to recover.
Yep. And then the guys in the back is my general, who will recover on the he's not my general, sorry, he's my archer. He's a lone operative, so he will recover that objective back there.
All right, so that'd be at least 6 points for recover assets. There's nothing I can do about that. And then bring it down is a great one against Tau because everything is a suit. Well, especially for my list, everything is a suit. So the Aeldar's objective is to get rid of as many suits as they can. So we'll be back with the shooting phase and see exactly how much damage the Tau are going to take. All right, so we're looking at the Aeldar shooting phase. Farsight's unit has been completely bullied so far. He has lost all his entire bodyguard unit. Only he remains. Now the Wraith Lord shot. What's that?
The Falcon.
The Falcon shot as well. And now
the Crimson Hunter shot.
The Crimson Hunter shot. So everything's been shooting at my poor Farsight. So I put the stem injector on him because now the Wraith Lord.
Actually, I forgot this guy, my Bright Lance from the backfield will shoot him.
Oh, so the Lance will shoot him, and the Wraithknight is also going to shoot him as well. But he's got stem injectors, and he's a rebel. So let's see if he makes it.
Okay, so hitting on 3s from the strength 12.
Wound on 2s.
Wound on 2s. Does wound. -3, sir.
-3. 4 invulnerable save.
Okay.
Not good.
D6 plus 2. I'm going to CP reroll that.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so
He takes
5 points of damage. Feel no pain?
6 up, feel no pain.
Got
All
2
right.
of them.
Got 2. So I've got 5 wounds left.
Okay. This is from the Wraithknight. Okay. This is why I'm saving it though. The heavy Wraith Cannon.
This is the last gun he's got?
Yep.
All right.
D3 shots. Just one.
Okay, I'm in good shape here.
Okay, hitting on 3 with my reroll. Okay. Unfortunately for you, I'm going to change one of mine into a 6 from my Farseer for devastating wounds.
God.
So he does not get any save, and he's going to take 2d6. How many does he have left? 5.
He's got 5. Yeah. Well, you need the roll for the wound, don't you?
No, not because it's devastating.
Because you okay.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I hit, and then I manipulated with the fate die, turned it to a 6. Sorry. So he actually takes 7 points of damage and dies.
Okay, so he's got 5,
but he has feel no pain. Yeah.
I got stim injectors.
Yep.
Now, I need to roll 3 6s, 3 out of 7 dice to live. It's not impossible. Oh, well, just 1. So Farsight does fall. The rebel leader of the Enclaves has fallen, but that's okay.
Okay.
He's still a great warrior.
He was, but now he's dead.
I can't believe he took him off Farsight so easy. That's tough. That's tough. Farsight comes in, gets wiped off right away. But a good round for the Eldar. Eldar are on one objective, contesting this one. My reinforcement Farsight unit is now gone, but I do get sabotage because I survived this round with the Cold Star. But there's still a ton of Eldar assets left coming at me. Good round for the Eldar, but let's see what the Tau do for their turn 4.
So I think the tipping point was definitely round 3 for me. My focus was kind of knowing that I was going to be in the backfield on a back footing, just taking a couple turns of shooting, trying to survive, and then counterattacking, which worked out favorably for me.
All right, we are top of Tau, round 4. I pulled Established Locus and Storm Hostile Objective. And as you can see, Tau desperately running out of assets, while the Eldar are holding strong. So, my game plan here, for as far as Storm Hostile Objective, I need to get rid of this Wraith Lord, because he is on objective, and I need to get rid of him so I can get the points there. To establish Locus, I am looking at the Stealth Suit to do the action to establish the Locus and score the points there. But, more importantly, I'm running out of units, so trying to hold these objectives for the end game is going to become increasingly more difficult for me. So I need to score big here. I need to score both my objectives to give myself a chance to try to hold on for turns, for the Eldar turns 4 and 5. As you can see, there's plenty of Eldar left and not much of me left. So this is going to be a big turn for me, and we'll see if I can get rid of this Lord and possibly get rid of Fugan here in Tau shooting. Alright, so we're back after Tau shooting, and as you can see, the Wraith Lord still stands. I put the Cold Star into him, I put Shadow Sun into him, I put the Missile Fire Knife into him, and I only took off 2 damage from those 3 units shooting. So I will not get Storm Hostile Objective. Fugan
uses Phantasm to escape.
Yes, and he hid behind the building there, so he wasn't worth shooting at that point. So I put everything into the Wraith Lord, who lives. So no Storm Hostile, but I will establish some Locusts for 2 points. And now that is Tau turn. That's all I could do here, and I'm going to try to have to hold on and see exactly all the Eldar that's coming at me here. So one thing I will do, I will torch Star Gambit for CP and move these guys on the objective just for a little more OC. to kind of help me out here for what the Eldar is going to do. So we'll be back for Eldar turn 4. All right, we are at Eldar turn 4. As you can see, things are moving and a shaking for the Eldar. So Mike, what'd you do?
So basically, I moved up. I'm now contesting this objective. My Crimson Hunter has a 20-inch move, which is phenomenal. So I'm now containing this side.
Oh yeah,
well.
what were your objectives?
I'm sorry, my objectives are containment and cleanse. So
Okay.
I've got full containment, and I'm gonna not be able to do any of the cleanse.
Okay.
So moved the Wraithknight up, moved the Falcon over, Fugin's back, and yeah, don't have a lot of shooting, but the stuff that I do hopefully will count.
All right, and so the this is containing here, and then these guys are containing there. And I've got a nasty Wraithknight in the middle. Okay, so Eldar shooting. All right, we are looking at Eldar turn 4, and we've done the shooting, we've done the charging, and you can just see the difference here in the board. So Mike, why don't you tell us, just starting down the line, what happened here?
Sure. Wraithlord made his charge, so he's going to be in hand-to-hand here. Wraithknight also made the charge, so he's contesting the objective. And then the heroic charge, needing a 9, should get me onto the objective, by the way.
Yeah, you're on there.
It does make the charge over
Yeah,
here.
plenty of space.
Long range.
Yes, so Fugin made the suicide dash to this unit here.
Rolled an 11.
Rolled an 11. And as you can see, my Shadow Sun is gone. My Fire Knife unit is gone. Only the stealth suit against a Wraithknight remains. And the tower in trouble. I've got just a few units left. The stealth suit is most certainly not going to survive this. And the Coal Star most likely will not survive this as well. But we'll be back with the aftermath of this Eldar melee. Fugin wipes the squad with 6 attacks.
That's how you do it in the craft world.
Wow, how about that? Took out a whole crisis team. Okay, yeah, I mean, what? Look at what a sweep by the Eldar. Now holding every objective in No Man's Land, including their home objective, including my home objective. I believe at this point, the Tau can concede. The Eldar have taken the board in complete control. No need for a round 5 here. And Eldar is victorious.
Great game. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Eldar victorious against the Tau today, but the Tau will be back. The Stormsurge will be back, and one day he'll be good. But until then, we'll see you on the tabletop. Tau tried. We held on as long as we could, but the shenanigans of the Eldar just proved to be a little too strong. But don't worry. The greater good will be back.
I had some good dice, but great game. Golden age of GW. Game's never been better. And Aeldari for the win.